my grave will not appear doctor.
I told you, we don't have graves, we would have burned my burning session. There will be you want the red one, red signal or the green signal?
Red signal.
It's the red one and the green one. The green signal. The red signal is broccoli, cauliflower.
The green.
Both are the green. खोल दे, चालू कर दे तो. Like an Indian food or this? Healthy or today?
Thank you very much.
Not for Asian or South Asian people.
Hey Ravi, तूने पूछा क्या?
I was posting interesting piece of information. The world in 2007. Yes. So speaks now. He's one of the most famous musicians in the world. His name is the Guinness Book of World Records. दाल आया क्या? तो दोनों दाल यही है यही दाल यही है तेल इतना है ग्रेवी में बहुत बड़ी बात है मैं तो सोचा कॉन्फ्रेंस में कुछ नहीं मिलेगा एकदम से एक भी सर्जरी को देखो बात यार सर्जरी जब मेन शुरू होती है तो खाने का ये बात है देखने का नहीं ये गड़बड़ है एंड उसके बाद जा नहीं सकते ना वहाँ पे पहले दिन के आ जाओ हाँ उसको टाइम पे सर्जरी होती है ये जो आपको इंडियन लंच मिल रहा है ये हमारे यहाँ यहाँ की इंडियन रोज की मेहनत है वो बहुत सही खाना खाना वो गाली पहले दिन हमसे सबसे पूछा ना नॉनवेज खाओगे तो बोला ठीक है हम तो बहुत कम वेज मंगाए थे सारे इंडियन का वेज नहीं खाना शुरू करते एक इंडियन देखिए ना जहाँ भी जाते हैं इंडिया को जाते हैं स्विट्जरलैंड जाते हैं तो इंडियन खाना खाते हैं यूएस जाते हैं तो इंडियन खाना खाते हैं उधर होने से बहुत खास करके आप बहुत इसमें नॉट टू अच्छे हो जाते हैं नॉनवेज भी खाने लोग इसी तरह पक्का हुआ मसाले वाले चाहिए चलो तंदूरी रहता है आके वही तो यहाँ पे खाना काफी अच्छा We are upstairs. We are waiting for someone to come. Because I don't know. Somebody I introduced the identify. Hello. Because okay.
हमसे लेके और शाम को भी कोई लोग इधर हमारा बिल्कुल
No.
Oh, hotels are hotels are perfect. Why not start that more like more the time is you know to make it snappy. Aram se nahi. Other option is what you
Can you save by this device? By this one, can you save the video to the net?
YouTube, right?
Yeah, I know. But can you save?
एक बैट को इधर वो डालने का पैसा उसको Don't lie.
Again, bring it in. We'll go backward. We have moved people, the people who are taller, let them come back. People who are maybe short.
Keep the discussion part short.
Yeah, I can show you.
Light नहीं है. चलेगा. पीछे वाले के तो आएंगे नीचे.
अब तो ठीक है. अरे पीछे वाला चल गया.
Yes. Hey, you have to. दूसरा वाला अटैचमेंट किया था
We are giving lunch also.
No, you are also doing the loop. So you will get the program. I was saying. department would like to have your feedback.
Everybody wants the treatment for?
Yeah, so I
No. You need also connect data. Data is everywhere. Data is everywhere.
there is another example.
Okay. Yeah, it's coming, huh? Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
That's okay. So how much time it will take?
You have to connect all the data.
He is in OT. He is in OR. So he will come. He is in OR. After clipping that, he will come back. All right.
Is it the surgery?
He said he will clip the aneurysm and then
He's on my wall.
New one.
He's always the first in wall.
No, particular specialist.
No, again, I will like
For the recurrent
And also stable. You will go to drawing. If you go to meeting,
right now it will be in
You can start the
My job will get over quickly.
We can do YNS. We can do YNS.
Everybody.
On the previous position from one of our doctors that we wait for Professor Sano, why don't we proceed with the remaining young neurosurgical lectures so that everybody would have some spare time in between the last and the whatever you have in the evening. So, as the speaker ready,
If Dr. Ma'am wants to,
we can ask
okay, fine, let me know the check. Why did you give me this?
we can start YNS.
All the 5 people are here. Apurva is here, and Arjun is here. Veera is here. And Riya is here.
Huh?
Riya is here. All 5 people are here.
Here one.
Notice all.
And chairperson is also here.
Chairperson is also here. Otherwise, Toshiko, all overnight.
You can check in the lecture. They will do it. Yeah. No, she will be happy because
Yeah.
Usually TV also here. When you are leaving the room,
Toshiko, light streaming is going on.
let me wait for the presentation for 5 minutes and then we get discussion for 2 minutes. The first talk is by Dr. Fujita on extracellular approach for cavernous hemangiomas to cavernous sinus. So, very good afternoon to one and all. I'm Dr. Fujita from Mumbai, India. The topic of the presentation is extracellular approach to cavernous hemangiomas of the cavernous sinus. So, I belong to Mumbai. Mumbai is a conglomeration of 7 islands. Happens to be the economic capital of India and home to almost every community. I'm currently pursuing my neurosurgery training at Leelavati Hospital and Research Center, which is a tertiary care hospital located in the heart of Mumbai. At the outset, I would like to express my gratitude to Professor Kato, who has given us the opportunity to all young neurosurgeons coming from all across the globe to present their work. In addition, I would like to convey my regards to Professor Goel, who has given me this opportunity. Nevertheless, it would be correct to say that we are standing on the shoulders of giants. Cavernous hemangiomas are uncommon lesions accounting for 2% of all cavernous sinus tumors. They are also called cavernous angiomas of the cavernous sinus, which are frequently seen in the 4th and 5th decades of life. Nearly half of the reported cases are of Japanese origin. 94% of reported cases occur in women. There are 2 varieties, extraaxial and intraaxial. Histology reveals that cavernous hemangiomas of cavernous sinus are vascular malformations composed of large vascular channels lined by flat endothelium and separated by fibroconnective tissue stroma. Ohata et al. Have described the cavernous angiomas to be a cluster of sinusoidal cavities, size of which depends on the systemic blood pressure. Katana et al. Suggests that growth mechanism of cavernous angiomas could be progressive ectasia of this or their autonomous development at the edges of lesions. So this is one case. This is the case of a 32-year-old female presented with external ophthalmoplegia of short duration. MRI shows a cavernous sinus tumor extending from lateral wall of cavernous sinus to the temporal lobe laterally and to the orbital apex anteriorly. This is another representative case of a giant cavernous hemangioma of cavernous sinus extending up to the petrous apex. Another example. They encountered a total of 25 cases of cavernous hemangiomas over a period of 25 years, one of the highest in literature. Out of which 18 were females, 7 males, with a mean age of 30 years. The mean duration of symptoms was 40 days. Follow-up range from 8 to 9 months. So the most common presenting symptom was headache, followed by retroorbital facial pain, followed by visual impairment. So our approach, our strategy was basically an extradural. We did an orbital zygomatic craniotomy, basal temporal craniotomy. We did not have any proximal control. Exposure of the region by extradural route from inferior perspective, as discussed by Dr. Kawase. Working between the laterally displaced 5th cranial nerve. Cavernous angioma was soft in consistency, it was friable, it was compressible. We did a circumferential dissection from the adjoining structure. A rapid debulking using relatively powerful graded and controlled suction was performed to expose the 6th cranial nerve, which was near the petrous apex, and we moved distally. Pre-operative embolization of the tumor could not be carried out here in RCT because of small size of the feeding vessel. This is the intraoperative view showing extradural approach. Post-operative images showing near removal of cavernous hemangioma. Another post-operative images almost complete removal of extradural component by the extradural approach. Another example. So these are some of the post-operative images of patients with an improvement in function of external ocular movement. Some more examples. Patients were relieved of headaches after the surgery. During the follow-up period, we could not encounter any recurrences. So we encountered some intraoperative problems. 5 patients had intraoperative carotid artery bleeding. Bleeding was stopped with a tamponade. 1 patient had a large carotid artery tear who died later on. 6 nerves could not be identified in 7 cases. So 7 cases, yes, who were having an ophthalmoplegia. Follow-up after more than 6 months, 7 patients recovered almost completely in the extraocular function. 2 patients without eye movement dysfunction had normalized movement. Whereas 13 patients had varying degrees of external ocular movement disturbance. None of the tumors grew or recurred. Cavernous hemangiomas are surgically formidable and pose a neurosurgical challenge as they are highly vascular. The location is within the cavernous sinus. There is a relationship to the intracavernous IC and the cranial nerve,
and they are angiographically occult. So to conclude, radical resection of cavernous angioma located within the cavernous sinus is possible by an entirely extradural route. Rapid decompression of the tumor after wide exposure can lead to successful resection. The outcome for extraocular movements is poor following surgery in large number of lesions, and recurrence rate after successful resection is extremely low. In the end, I would like to thank you. The doctor would like to discuss any questions or discussion points.
Thanks for presentation. So it's not really well open pathology. True. Where so the appearance of cavernous sinus hemangioma or cavernous angiocarcinoma is not the usual one. So do you have any? So how it was intraoperative? So any cavernous thing?
After the histopathology report.
It's just a
Yes, diagnosis if you have a homogeneously two-sided image, you have cavernous. It appears to be a angioma, but yes, definitive diagnosis is
but intraoperatively, it doesn't look like.
yes, intraoperatively, if you have a highly vascular, when you open the cavernous sinus and the bleeding is like going on, highly vascular. And if you do a piecemeal resection, you'll not be able to reach the tumor, you'll not be able to completely remove the tumor. And you'll be falling short of maybe a complete removal. Piecemeal removal is not the tumor as an en bloc removal is. Plus, you don't have to do a sharp resection because there are cranial nerves, there is carotid artery, so you have to take care of that.
Okay, so
But yes, you do have to coordinate the features as well. The intracavernous ICH features, you'll have to coordinate. Otherwise, the tumor is going to bleed like.
so I think it should be kind of different from the usual cavernomas in the histopathology.
Yes.
So
Because of the vascularity.
I think.
Why not?
So we are very honored to welcome this panel. I feel like the portrait is the lower hemorrhage, very clean and really kind of there's more than 4,000. They're also very good at aging. After Ira. And the key so far, you see a recent case, the patient has a small, so it was disappeared. Even though the running the course of the IC is very along to the wall. And it's really difficult. So it's very tough with blue and already outside. This is big important. Now with the technique to have more in this time.
Good afternoon, everybody. And so, this is one of the diet for the operator.
So the operation of the aneurysm, I would like to say, first one, the difference between ruptured and unruptured. Ruptured case is always thin walls and easy to rupture, so that we need a tentative treatment. But in center is a thick wall, but those many times. So I made a jet irrigation bipolar first time, and now I put my more famous, but I start with the first. And this is very important for irrigation of the abdominal hemorrhage. And point of the ruptured aneurysm, that's the irrigation, and to make the very fluid, very clean, like the incidental case. So we are irrigating from the jet irrigation bipolar system, and someone is suctioning. And anyway, irrigate. Many people less irrigation, but we recommend much more irrigation. Then the operative field tend to the very clear, like almost the incidental case. And that is the main point. But because of the time, we will skip about that. So attending the operative field clean and always irrigation and aneurysm, this is a C2-3 aneurysm, then much more. Then maybe this is a internal carotid, and the aneurysm is behind of here, behind of that. So irrigation, and then remove the artificial. Nowadays we are removing the extradurally, but this time this is a little bit old case, and then do open. Then you can see the aneurysm. This is internal carotid, optic nerve, and cut of the fluid just next to the optic nerve, or usually. Then here you can see the aneurysm. Then that's how we are putting the clip on. See, this is the internal carotid aneurysm, both sides. And all the time irrigation. This is the most important, and put the imprint to reconstruct the artery. Like that. And the operation is most important point is not how to move the hand, but I'm always saying how to stabilize the hand. That is the most important. Then check the back side, and also because of time we are see the aneurysm was nicely communicated. And the tentative gripping method, there are two types. One is this is the first tentative gripping, maybe more than 40 years or more. And then this is MCA aneurysm, but that point is inside of the temporal lobe. If we remove here, maybe it's ruptured. And this is the M1, M2, and aneurysm here. Then probably here is one branch of the MCA, but we are involving that one branch and the effect of the aneurysm. So it's ruptured, but that is coming from the backflow. and then coagulate the stuff for the aneurysm. Here you see this is another plant, but quick is including then coagulation of the aneurysm. Now it's like almost a nuisance aneurysm. Then put the quick on perfectly. That means if you detect of this point, maybe it's ruptured, but this is a major 1M1. Another M1 should be there, but then you may put a clip, including one branch, like tentative clipping. This is the tentative clipping. Then removing the aneurysm and completely and coagulation and finally, this is a point. Another tentative clipping method is, for example, maybe this one. Sorry, too easy. Here is the aneurysm there. Then we put the tentative clip on here, and then detect only the dome clipping. Then detect of the old branches and the spinal clip. This is another type of the tentative clip. And the original artery reconstruction, sometimes we are saying maybe it will be skip. Sometimes all this is more than one, 3 bubbles. Then this is echo and this one you have to put a clip, the deeper point first, then another clip like this way. But as I do it, you can see this is the aneurysm, 3 bubbles, and echo. If you look at the inside, this is impossible to one clip. Then first we have to reconstruct like this way. Then we say of the back side first, and then the forward side, like this way. And another one, like that. This is maybe mouse clipping method. This may be, this will be also. If you put a clip like this, maybe you may remain the aneurysm, but we recommend to put a clip like this way. So now we are going to preservation of operator. If this is anteropoidal aneurysm, if every case you can detect of the branch, it's no problem. But the many cases sometimes that's too heavy, too tough. That time, if you detect of the completer of the anteropoidal, maybe rupture of the aneurysm, or may this branch is maybe damage of the branch. At that time, we are putting the, you can understand the schema. If you detect of the here, maybe you may stick this point, or you can detect of the completely, maybe rupture of the aneurysm, or maybe damage of the branch. Then you have forget it. Then you may obliterate the deeper point and the combination of like this. Then it's nicely obliterated. And another one is this is anteropoidal and in center, but another maybe this is 2 aneurysms there. This is small one, but yeah, this is one branch. Big branch, but usually small branch is very important. Small branch is going to the internal capsule. This big branch is usually going to the coil plexus. At the time, you may have a small branch, small part, and obliterate of the all the parts. And also, this is another anteropoidal artery. Aneurysm looks very easy. And then, so that you may make operative view, like this. Then, and here is the venous branch. Usually, the superficial vein and make the Y shape, this point you may cut. But it's coming to the deeper point, you cannot cut. And this one you may put a temperature, and then the ICT showing this is disappearing, even put the temperature on, and removing the temperature and not flowing like this way. That means flowing another point. Then that one you can cut. And then you must always understand the arachnoid layer. And on the optic nerve there, the white line is there. And you may cut just the distal part of the arachnoid line, maybe along the arachnoid line. Then frontal lobe arachnoid and the optic nerve arachnoid is completely separated. You can fix it. And there you see, this is the pecon, this is the aneurysm, but aneurysm, there is two branches. This is the anterior small branch, this is going to usually internal capsule, and another big branch, this is anterior, this is going to cortex usually. So this is very important. But try to detection, but maybe if we maybe post to detection, maybe damage of the anterior artery. At the time, you may forget and you may change the mind and so the aneurysm, yes, main part you may obliterate. And secondly, is prior to the small anterior. So the main part was obliterated. But there is a remnant part there, and sometimes one of the temperature. So this is a small branch and main branch, and between the two anterior and aneurysm. And here is two branches, aneurysm. Then we are obliterated of that part. You must think the lymph is at the time. And jumping that is quickly and obliteration of this part. So you can detect the most case because of the increase is a little bit bigger. This is become so increase. But smallest increase, even the smallest increase is a little bit. At the time, you can drill the case, the tip of the tip, maybe using the diamond bar. And maybe small and thin, little bit. Then look at it. Wrong. Then this is undergo the main trunk was dark and under the main trunk. Most branch was in a this one is small one is not so nicely seen. Then we may move the little bit this side and make a little bit space. And push a little bit more. Only a little bit. no move, but very therefore farmers will make them this is this small anticoital AUP, small anticoital and big anticoital. So, then nicely done. And this let's talk about lumping using the availability. If you want to cut the vein, check the ICC and there the flow is there or not. And that one, there is two branches there and main transfer here. So the first we are with this part. Then second one is parallel to this small branch. Then main transfer but this only this point was remain. Then defect there and cut of the link and then using the increase and obviously another part. And this is also operated within CVD. If you remove the grip completely okay. And this one is aircom aneurysm. And then there is a branch at the center, but the back side is but if you it's impossible to remain of this branch, then we have target back side of the aneurysm, and then the branch is coming to the end of the aneurysm. Then we can put this on like this. Yeah. If there is a branch here, we are targeting this side, then the branch is coming to the end of the aneurysm. Then we can put this on and another. If there is the aneurysm here, maybe this can but coagulation tends to the position of the branch. This is another and naturally obviously. And this is the kissing aneurysm, the ICPC and antecoital and ICPC and antecoital kissing aneurysm. And this is operated view. And ICPC the medial direction and antecoital is lateral. And this is antecoital aneurysm, ICPC aneurysm. This is operated view. Then we always make draw the preoperative image, and so that this is the aneurysm and this is the aneurysm. Then we are putting the increase, and then this one like this. Oh, this is not moving. So we did the first we are putting this aneurysm usually, and then opposite side also to finish. Then completely oxidation. But there must be the antecoital artery here. Then we are putting the toothpick. One is a little bit short of the aneurysm. Second one is completely oxidation. Then antecoital artery. This is another. So if the branch is the end of the artery, you may put the quick like this there, stop the shorten and now. And but this is coming from the middle side, maybe jump the increase and the combination of straight and the last. This is the first part, this is the part, doesn't matter. And this is also very rich and nice way of respiration, and patients completely well. this is not, they may be skipped. That one is the obligation of the, but sometimes flow is coming from the end of the this part. At the time, many people think we have to put another clip further to this branch. But doesn't matter. You may use ring clip where the small space, but it will be overtaken after this. And maybe 2, 3, 1. This is sometimes I'm showing of the giant passage from both aneurysm and passage from both. But and intraoperative angiography we did. So and this is aneurysm and the and opposite side that's the anteropoidal artery. And both runs we have to develop superiority anteropoidal at a time, and also there is a group. At the time, you may put difficult to push it under this run. Then you may use two ring grips, and between the two, here is a small space. But and two grips. See, and then also the first grip, this is anteropoidal, just result. And the superior branch is a result between two grips. And intraoperative angiography is showing proximal side is still flow is coming, but this kind of flow is from both soon. Maybe 1 week afterwards, this is very bad, CVD, but it's gone. And put the first clip, and just the shorten of that anteropoidal artery, and second one, between the two, there's the superficial one. That means if the clip, the remnant is the end of the maybe it's still all the way to result. But aneurysm is equal in the giant aneurysm. Then if between two sides you may overtake this flow maybe overtation, maybe 1 or 2 weeks after. If there is the small branch on a better on the wall, this branch we can preserve. This is a must. And this we can show you that sometimes but it will be skip, but the anteropoidal coming from the aneurysm wall, but it's not the aneurysm wall. Branch is coming. That means that is the artery originally. Then we can just this part of this branch. That is the aneurysm. So you may obliterate this part and under the clipping on like this under the you can resolve the clip and then you may reconstruct the artifact. So this is clip is under the branch. Then you can. This is only the way patients can do, and never can do the by IVR. This is maybe even IVR is established, even a covered sense and anything, but this kind of one can be impossible. Only surgery can do it. So the aneurysm surgery is not clipping, but preservation of the rupture and aneurysm without neurosurgery. This is the surgery. Point is not fixation, but not rupture. That is the point. And separator is most important. And then we recommend the large cases. And before the surgery, you have to make the image. And using the 3D CT is much more nice than CSF. And don't hurry, but don't do the things unnecessary. So the total operation time is very short. But moving the hand is very slowly, but not done to the unnecessary things. Then most important one is I said is not how to move the hand, but how to stabilize the hand. So maybe always I'm saying 60% you are imaging eye, and 40% actual eye, and 3D and so on. And then doing the difficult thing is like easy way is the master. If we are
You can have some pressure that surgery is really beautiful. This is old, but I think maybe this. Arjun? Come home.
Well, would you like to give some tips? What do you keep in mind before coordinating the aneurysm?
Before the surgery, we are always use the workstation of the 3D CT angio, and then first the artery and put the bone and removing the bony stuff, and how to look up before the surgery. But you can adjust on the brain a little bit. So anterior coil aligning aircon is not the craniotomy open type, but from eyeball to aircon. That is that line. If you make the 3D CT angio, that is operative view, just the operative. So that you may make the 3D CT from optic nerve or eyeball to the aircon point. That image, that is just the actual operative view.
My question was actually when you use a bipolar on the aneurysm. So you take some precaution. You keep something in your mind.
No, you have to put the temporary fix on. Without temporary fix, maybe it's not. So that you may put a temporary fix on and flow is reduction, and then the backflow is coming, and then you may check which part. If you shrink the aneurysm, maybe you can see the back side, or then that point you must target. Use the temporary fix. Maybe usually we are moving 5 minutes.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Professor San, for excellent teaching. And my query is, being just being a learner as in vascular surgery, how frequent we should use indocyanine including ICZ?
If you want anytime, doesn't matter. Maybe 10 times.
How helpful it might be?
Yeah, how helpful?
Yeah.
How helpful? It's very important. You can see inside of the artery is ICG. Then looks outside is good, but the inside is narrow. sometimes there, but you can image that from the outside, but just look, you can look at the ICT, using the ICT inside of the canal. So ICT is very important. And also, the first point is that flow dynamics you can see. And how to, the first point is coming like this way or coming up. So just wherever is there or just a drawing or this way or that way.
Thank you.
Scientific is a very real thing, and you can check it from horizon and the direction of the flow.
Thank you, Professor, for sharing your great experience. So my question is, so you noticed that one of the main things before the surgery is to get calm and nothing. So what's your personal tip to just get calm and nothing while operation before?
Maybe you have to case by case and until the experience makes that be done. And also, you can feel that enjoy the surgery. Don't stress the surgery. So that.
Yeah, but sometimes it's so hard. You couldn't deal with it, so probably you have your personal tip how to switch off all the worries.
Well, you can pray the God.
So, thank you for your presentation, very useful, I think. So my question about second stage surgery, what do you usually perform after bleeding? Do you perform some such techniques to prevent vasospasm or to make it more mild? So maybe widely detecting of accumulated systems, injections of some thrombolytic agents and some techniques.
Vasospasm only coming to the acute stage subarachnoid hemorrhage. Usually we are doing the incidental cases so that no vasospasm. But in acute stage, maybe early surgery, very early, and then removing the shot completely without damaging of the surface of the arachnoid, and so never damage of the tear. Then microcirculation is the thing. And I'm saying when I do the surgery, the operative side is never the vasospasm is not coming, but opposite side is sometimes vasospasm is coming. And maybe few years afterwards, we are taking the MR or something, and then each patient brain atrophy is coming the opposite side, but my operative side is not coming on the brain atrophy. Or I can say that less atrophy, but the opposite side is naturally. So how do we touch the gently without damage of the surface of the brain? But just irrigation or washing the surface of the brain, so the brain will be activated much more. But the opposite side we cannot do. So.
Okay, thank you.
Any other tips apart from continue this? In Japan, most of the surgeries are unruptured aneurysm. Many of us we only saw the ruptured aneurysm. And once you said yes, we need to do early, second, continuous irrigation. Apart from this thing, any other specific tips to reduce the brain pressure or brain swelling or timing of the surgery? Because there's still, with our side, there's a gas for certain surgery, 7 to 14, don't touch anything, let the 3 weeks get over and then start. Sometimes whatever it is, we should do. For ruptured aneurysm, what is your fixed for heart? It comes from a part where we see more of rupture rather than others.
Yeah. Recently I don't touch the after that, however.
No.
All the time I 65 in Sunday, always he said, this is life. I don't know, he cuts in life. This is a treatment.
And there is a hematoma, one hydrocephalus there. Maybe you can measure after the grade 5, comatose, semi-comatose, and pupil dilated 1 hour, 1 or 2, maybe. And without hematoma, without the ventricular dilatation, that means only the brain swelling. This one is impossible to save the patient. And if you open the kind of the brain coming and the muscle.
Some of the people jump up outside this
maybe
because so that yes, because brain is tight, cannot attract some energy so that at this garden, not a continuous drainage goes whenever required, little iron and creation is taken off so that it falls down. So do you recommend this?
I am saying that if the hydrocephalus there, maybe the number one will be okay, but just the brain case, if you number cancer, say that the herniation is more, so then this one is impossible because we cannot save the patient if the patient is go into the heaven or hell. But before is maybe one side could still am I common? That is maybe for me the thing. And but the hematoma there, you may remove the hematoma. Or the hydrocephalus, you may start that. And also looks grade 5. Weird. That's only the short time patient looks like coma, but because of the other characteristics, breathing of it. Then, but this one is actually very real something. This one is then many cases grade 5 patients are recovered. They say that's the future reality. That is not the true grade 5. And one thing is maybe from this year I am making lobby sector is making in Calcutta in Sano Amusement School. So I am probably coming to Calcutta and so that to do a surgery, some teaching and so that maybe one time 1 week, when 3-4 times a year only that. But he asked me to make him the Sana school for the Indian.
Professor, question. From your just want to get experience in the event of operative rupture. What about that we what tips do you offer the young neurosurgeons here to control?
Before the surgery, during surgery, maybe you may check any part during surgery. If I need to launch at this point, what we can do, and you have to think about if the anterior circulation and anyway, if last start of the aneurysm during surgery. If the parent arterial you can see, of course, put a temporary clip on. That is the main point. Only the way the temporary clip on. Or but very early stage. And maybe you may ask with the adenosine. And maybe 20 or 30 seconds the cardiac arrest and go to if anterior circulation, you may go to the IC and then put the temporary clip on. And then detect of the IC and the MCA part, maybe you send the M1 part. Or ACA part, maybe you may put a temporary clip of the A1 and sending the position of, from the proximal to distal. But cannot do anything, you may ask the cardiac arrest 30 seconds. Using adenosine. But adenosine and temporary, which is better sometimes everybody is asking. But if you watch the parent artery, I recommend to put a temporary treatment much better than adenosine. Because maybe adenosine only 20-30 seconds or 40, less than 1 minute. But the temporary we can get 5 minutes. So I recommend to use the temporary and of course you have to keep the large fraction. And then of course this left hand usually the very small for me the tooth number 0.4 millimeters the whole of the fraction tube. Then very small, but at the time you may ask to the large the fraction to the right side and fraction it, and then fraction then tend to the left side also the large one, and then tend to double fraction, and then lateral point you can see, and then put the left side fraction. You can pass the and if the control of the fraction tube, that is a good side, then tend to the bipolar motion or sleep, and then temperature to attentive grade. So you may double fraction and tend to the enough side of the big fraction tube to the left hand. And assistant was there, maybe he don't touch the uneven part surrounding blood, he has to attack. That is the point. Yeah. But the science, but you want to go to the doctor, maybe Japanese. For example, this aneurysm, this is a FH case, and two aneurysms there, and which was ruptured, we don't know. But then we are going to trivial PCH rupture. That time we don't see any carotid artery, and then I'm gonna put a little footnote because it's not into but this is sometimes very bad. If the blood is go inside, that's bad. But the rupture point there, then we can put this is very bad. We can put the rupture point fraction in the tube, and then it's so much that. Then we are going to the internal carotid artery, ICA, and this is optic nerve. Then this is optic nerve, internal carotid here. Then put a capillary on. So then here this is then the section of the region fissure. And still blood is coming, so and then go to the M1 part, then send the case to the M1 portion, and but still if the blood is coming, that means the backflow is good, or cross flowing, then send to the MCA, and then the bleeding is much more less, and send to the distal part, maybe rupture point is here, then to the quiz. So gradually going to the distal part and put the tentative grip on the rupture point, and this is the parent artery, and this is the final point. And then that branch is still this branch is still present. So, finally, this is okay. And this is also the raster aneurysm diagram. And we saw this is the raster point. But, and then so now we are preserving the plot and when I do this. But raster point was there. Then so the internal carotid ICP diagnosis. Then we are developing the temper lobe vein structure. Then we are fashionable of that. And then this is the internal carotid artery. So the temper is one internal carotid. Then maybe this perspective is too weak. Or it's a spiral, correlation, it's a strong one. And then onion there. Then put that up, straight on. Cross and check the all the points. And this is final. Cannot see it here. And this MCS, maybe here. Yes, and maybe usually bubble point is after. Then this is M1 aneurysm, Vivian vein, and back side. Then we have the tentative grade, temporary grade on M1 and aneurysm vein. So this is the tentative grade we have to take a grade here. Maybe I thought this is the enough completely obviously the lateral point. But there is not a completely, then this blood is coming. But we have we know that where is the M1 and the aneurysm, and then this is a little proximal side. Put the temperature again. Temperature you can put any time, less than 5 minutes, but 10 minutes is no problem. If the blood circulation is nice, maybe more than 10 minutes is okay. But usually 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes is okay. And then finally, this artery aneurysm curve. Then we have put this curved ring violent space. So this is the final. This is the branch aneurysm here. And this is the hematoma cavity and removed. So the post-operative hematoma completely removed. Patient is now completely well. And this is ecom aneurysm. This is a very old case. And it's very much advanced. Then this is after. So, and then aneurysm should be here, then put the pepper clip on A1, and then tentative create on annulation itself. This is tentative. And remove the stepwise result. Then last point of coagulated. But look at there is some remnant here. So we are putting the annulation and this put on that annulation. All the hands must be stabilized. In fact, this is the very old case also. Resident asked me that they make the hole for the internal causes. Then we use the sunscreen. This is the only one I think. And this is also the aneurysm of the anterior wall. Some maybe dorsal of the internal causes, maybe defection of the artery. And we are asking that increase, but not no more. So we are asking on the empty like this. And then we have to make something to increase, so that I am cutting my graph and increase and then increase like this. And so this is internal policy. Then afterward I made the vortex like this. But recently I am better on this is polyglycogen well, and it's very soft. But if you put glue, it's very hard like this. And also, novel sheet is introduced because so this is 3 layers, and between 2 we are increase and put the tube. So this is instant increase you can make. This is very nice if something happens. Maybe you have to remember. This one is maybe this is until echo line. You can here and this point and put a clip on. And there is one more, a small one. What are then we try to put a clip. But and I'm saying to that, give me another longer clip holder. Then I look at the back side. Then I take the clip. So next one, last step. This is very miserable. But don't hurry, or maybe you must be calm. And so this is the last point. At the time, first you have to put the temperature on, and flow should be reduced. This is one A1. And then cotton and then take easily after this here. So when we put the cotton and so that we can control the breathing. This is another part of the A1 for temperature. This is one temperature. Then now only the back flow is hanging. Understand? You have to check how much the back flow is coming. If the completely flow is no flow, that means you have to cut. But if still breathing there, that means the back flow is coming. Then, don't worry, but you can take much time. And then that's the point is here. Then sometimes this nervous sheet is sometimes very good. And you can put a clip on. If only the clip, you can put the clip here. Maybe sometimes clip is coming into the hole and make the damage bigger. But if nervous sheet was putting on and put the clip on there, and only the half of the wall was in a clip, it looks good. Then nicely. So then put the nervous sheet. You have to remember that there must be some bleeding comes. Then that point, maybe quick pause maybe between the quick break. But without nervous sheet, maybe quick will slip into the hole and make the damage here. But this is you can sometimes take the patient and the release of the person and the patient and then blood is you can remove and eliminate. Then blood is gone, so the patient is completely well. That's here, just nervous. And this one is maybe so another lesson is operating and then he pushed the maybe cluster and I. Then I asked thanks. Then so which I can do and to look at this is echo and put the temperature form. And last point, and we are looking. This is I need to it was gone. That was only the very few small part of the unused neck was there. This is the unused neck. Yes, this only very small unused neck remains. One side you can hold the lateral point and then detect completely and separate on the opposite side of the A1. And then here you see this is the unused neck, only the neck image. And that time you have to watch the how is now, how the condition is now. Then only this point is more, and what this is the neck of the animal. Then only small neck, you may put the clip on very active. So it's okay. This is the dome side, and the left side is here, and this is opening of the animation. frustrated because of nothing. Always you have to and release the temperature off, and then okay. This one is VHC and detect, but we use the needle detection, and maybe that's a little bit here. I'm not sure, but and detect and cut on the VHC and this is internal heart. And we are concentrated on only the unusual part, not concentrated here. So suddenly, I see that now there is a reading of the internal heart. What happened? Oh, we don't know. Maybe then the temperature is on. But this hole in the backside, it is difficult at hospital. Maybe a little bigger, maybe suicide, but corrugator is not enough. Then we are putting the nervous system blue. And then this time we are putting unusual. Only this one makes is very leaky. So we are nothing completely. All the parts are nothing. And item. Like this. Then this patient is completely more than 10 years. No unusual. This is 1 year of operation. Nothing, no unusual. And this one is this is the internal causes 2 to 3 aneurysm, and then laughter, and operator, and aneurysm is down here. Then we are putting the three. Then it's laughter. So maybe this is stage 6, then it's laughter. But this time, they open the neck so that put the temperature on the neck. Then the floor is not there. So at this point, and MT very hard to cannot enter the increase more. Very active on what is still, and maybe this part will actually reach it. But this MC we cannot enter the hand. And this is then this reach it, but this MC was I think by this reason. So we are changing the stuff. This week removing then, if without this twist, we can put regular curved twist. But if we close it, maybe break it, prevent, then left hand removing this twist, right hand is keeping the position of the unused. Without this, we cannot put this twist. Then removing the twist and all the structure of my hand and changing the function and then the knife. So you have to stabilize the hand, is very important. And put it on like this. Then I completely wear. And all the plants are down. And then I lay down the head. So this one is this is under here. This is, yeah, only once I experienced and never done. And so the section over here, this is aircon, and we are putting the this was a little bit covered. Put the face a little covered. Put one side temperature on, put the nose. Then on here. Then we put the concrete, yes, but we are on the 100 times this way. Then quick is a little bit hard. So the grip holder is holding the grip itself, and the pen is open the grip holder, but grip itself is coming with the line. So the grip is a grip, but the hold the grip holder does the grip cannot release. Then grip holder unused one takes unused more. At the time, I cannot understand what happened. But anyway, put the temperature is on and one more temperature is on, and then take the last point where only the neck was the small part. Then, so this is all the grip with all the unused with the grip. Then only this is the neck a little bit there. Then we a little bit quiet and to attach the box and easy to the grip. Yes, yes, rupture point and both sides board. Then we can put that at this. And someone gives them the awareness of the it was good, so maybe we cannot see that. What is it? Always be calm. then this is the neuropathy. Only last point is here. Then just only the last next one there. And this is the temperature of and the order. Even blood is, I mean, but that is on the surface of the blood. But if never blood is going to the backside, surrounding area is there, but these are only the blood loss, then naturally some patients this is also completely nothing happens. This is also in India, maybe 2004, live surgery was done, and this is result of aneurysm. And but this patient is Moyama disease, bilateral internal parties are obliterated. Only this bilateral is all the brain. Then they asked me to operate. Then I said, it's very dangerous, so that you have to do the intervention. If the intervention obliterates of the neck artery, this is main trunk, maybe whole brain was no bleeding, no blood is obliterated completely, then much more dangerous. Then we said that you have to observe the patient, but this patient is 20 years, I don't know, 20 days before the thoracic hemorrhage. But nowadays, completely clean. So that kind of thing is very most difficult. But anyway, without you, if you cannot do that, no one can do it. Then I did the operation. Then imagine, so the internal cartilage maybe fluid was only coming from the pecon, like this way, and between the pecon and the internal cartilage should be very narrow space like that. Then operation 11 o'clock anesthesia starting, and so the 12 o'clock maybe craniotomy, then maybe 1-2 hours o'clock the aneurysm operation is starting. Then but at a very narrow space, so difficult to reach the aneurysm position. But then we can see the aneurysm. This is pecon internal cartilage and pecon aneurysm. This is the level of the aneurysm, but here. Then this is maybe 4 o'clock, almost 4 o'clock, and so the 4 o'clock you are starting the company. Then we took a grip on last time. Everybody is very quiet. But lastly, that is then we put the temporary grip on vascular, but still breathing comes. That means probably optic nerve, olfactory, ophthalmic arteries from coming to the internal cartilage and pecon and vascular. Then we are checking this side and put another clip on. And because if we delete only this clip, maybe this cannot see the this position. So this is the discharge, so that doesn't is not right. Of course, but only holding then makes a small aneurysm. And then to check some of the more next then it will blood is again coming at a time. You may make the hand, keep the hand, where is the hand? Hand must be member of the grip position. We cannot see that, but you must take the same point, and hand must be remembering of the position of the feet. That is put the grip on and naturally, and releasing the open irrigation. And then after that time is only to midnight in hotel, starting the operation at 9. And then the same day I am going back to Japan. Very hard work. And then maybe 20 days after I'm asking to doctor and how are the patients. He is studying now very only next week. And this is maybe final week. This is the final case of the IC ophthalmic medial side, and here is the aneurysm that we cannot see. Then we are putting the endoscope, optic nerve and in the internal body, and put a clip, and some side that there's on the that of the positioning okay, and put a clip on. But this one now, the clip is coming to obliterate and completely, then it's okay. But this one is some of the twins. Look at slow. It cannot out it is extended like this way. Oh, yeah, I very scared of this time, but anyway, we are putting a temporary grip on. And luckily, the last point is the A1 side. Then there is so the irrigation completely and filtering or the this is a hole, and then here and then it and the completely and here of the how is the patient, and then for the go to another hospital and coming back quickly and to see the patient. This surgery was the second surgery on the opposite side of the MCA was operated maybe one or 2 months before. And the patient was awake and he said, oh, this time is much more easy. So I was very lucky. And so, but anyway, internal hospital extended like this way. Okay. So, yeah, maybe, endoscope, and here is the hole, and the cord was there, and the cord was putting on some tray, and one is pushing the away, so that was moving. Very dangerous. So, that's it.
In Dr. in the audience, there are any questions regarding or queries need to be answered, please?
Professor, Remy from Hong Kong. So I would like to ask the material that you use for wrapping the aneurysm, is it Fujita or Cerebrovascular? That's good. Polyglycol sheet. That's maybe 3 months after, before, nothing material. Many people is using the muscle or tendon or MC. And this one is only using that materialized thing. But this nervous sheet is introduced collagen type maybe 3 months afterwards. And the nervous sheet itself disappeared at the time. But it then so that the collagen fiber is makes the introduce of the surface area. So the way of the feeding is completely different. That's depending on the material, but that is not good. But introduce something is the next thing. Then I am using polyglycol. It introduce collagen fiber surrounding there. But not too much. If it's too much, makes the granule like a coin.
Very great surgery. Okay. I want to ask you about all the video of premature rupture of the aneurysm. Did you ever experience the premature rupture, maybe in a small aneurysm, that only with a small piece of neck that difficult to quit? And what are you doing?
Even other time, maybe you must put the temperature on and then the pressure down. Then you can put the grip. Sometimes include the artery itself, part of the artery. Then other time, on the grip, maybe sweep out. So maybe never putting on. Then only the half of the blade is touching the artery. Maybe it's oblique. Then afterwards, you may ask enforcement of the grip itself. Then.
So you only do quit never stitching or something?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Of course, if possible, maybe you can put suturing sometimes on the area is much more fragile and makes the damage bigger and much more use of technique. But putting the nerve feet and putting grief is much more easy. Then easy is less pain. If difficult thing you may try, it's maybe much more
Thank you very much.
So what is your recommendation of using the pneumodipine for preventing azoospermia?
About the drug, you must ask another doctor.
So in short, as in there is no use, you don't use in your patient.
Recently, the recent one before, even before, we don't use it. No. Yeah, maybe 10 years back, and when I was head of the management center, so the recently we got something, but I'm just checking the result. I don't know.
Thank you.
I am always operating on an hall in Japan, and Monday, Tuesday, usually and next week also we are doing ACOM and maybe maybe on Monday, Tuesday, Friday is close, Toyoka is close to here. And then this week I'm going to Kyushu and what else we find in cases. So I'm always sorry for yeah, also I'm coming to India.
The next case is starting in the OR. Next group who is supposed to go to the OR for the analysis. Or any 5 people who want to go to the OR. Okay, please follow the